Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. Welcome back, everybody, to our last Hawkeye recap, possibly ever. I hear they're gonna kill the character.
Oh my goodness!
He's gonna go back to that planet and they're gonna throw him off the cliff.
James, it's time for the final installment of what we've always been calling Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's right. Hawkeye episode 6.
Just go on with this.
Yeah, I don't have to go with it because this is what we do every week.
Or Hawk Talk.
Talk.
Or Talk Talk. There we go. All right. That's actually the best one because we can use it in future.
That's right.
We can be like Talk Talk presents Armor Wars. Talk Talk presents Secret Wars. Coffee Chat times.
If you could leave a like for Talk, I guess. These videos in general, Collins does an amazing edit on them. He gets them out in record time.
That's right.
We're going to be covering, in spoilers, the Kingpin, sword fights, trick arrows, Elena versus Kate, Elena versus Clint, Madam Mask. I'm still with that theory.
Okay, then, sure.
And then, again, because we are doing spoilers, Kingpin's death.
What's his name? Kingpin?
Kingpin.
Goodness. Well, he is, he's the boss.
That's right.
So maybe.
Whether that's true or not, that's what they have to call
first,
it.
a little bit of housekeeping.
Yeah.
As it relates to last episode.
Yep.
Apparently, Florence Pugh did eat all the mac and cheese in the last episode.
I did see that.
According to the showrunners.
Yep.
She did it, and she required it was her idea to bring in the hot sauce.
I hope they did the action scenes first, because my God. So I guess straight out of the gate, and it's about bloody time. They just launch into some Kingpin. You know what I mean? They're like, here he is. You saw his hand. You saw a grainy photo.
But now here he is, the twitchiest man in New York City.
So twitchy.
Boy. But in addition to that, now he's gone tropical.
He has, hasn't
that's
he?
Exciting. He's upgraded to a nice little Hawaiian shirt and with a matching hatband, a little red hatband.
That's right. Well, it's funny you should say that because that is actually that's a look drawn directly from the comics. It's from an issue called
Kingpin Goes Bananas.
It's from Family Business. It's like a Spider-Man Kingpin comic. So if you have a look.
Oh, that's dead
Same
on.
look.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Minus the hat in that particular image. When I first saw...
Is he pulling it off, or do you think he looks a little bit ridiculous?
Well, when I first saw it, I'm like, that has to be a comic book look because there's no other reason you'd put somebody in that outfit.
Yeah.
But, it's good fun. So
I watched The Mask last night, 1994. Jim Carrey, a bravado performance.
It does feel that way, doesn't
What's
it?
the name of the club? The Tropic...
Copacabana?
Copacabana, there
Something
we go.
like that.
Yeah.
So it seems as if it's the same guy from Netflix mostly. Yeah. And I want to talk about his abilities a bit later in some fight scenes. But it feels like he fills up more of the frame. Like he's shot bigger. Did you get that sense?
Yeah.
And more kind of like when he's introduced, it's kind of from a low angle so you kind of get the sense that he's quite big because he's a big man.
The cameraman fears him.
Exactly. So it turns out as well that Kate's mum, Kate Bishop's mum, her husband was in debt when he died, which she paid off multiple times. Also that she killed that old man. Remember that old man from the other episode? That old man.
Mr. Old Man.
Mr. Old Man. Armand.
Mr. Mystery Old Man.
That's right, yeah. And then pinned everything on her fiance and is looking to escape. And he's like, nobody does that to the mask or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the joke
absolutely.
you did. I'm doing that joke.
No, that was good. I liked it too. I liked it actually more when you did it. So, absolutely. So that's intrigue. And I think it's fascinating that she went, Kate will be fine with this. I'll just explain it, and it'll be she'll be fine with this.
She'd I mean, not to jump ahead, but to jump ahead, she'd called the police. Where by the end, you know what I mean? Like they were very much on the way, and we get something taken straight from the My Life as a Weapon comic book, which is the party, like the high society party, which they have to infiltrate. He looks a lot like Daniel Craig in a suit. Did you feel that, Clint Martin?
Pretty good.
I mean, you put anybody in a suit and maybe they look like Daniel Craig, but same like color, hair.
Black.
And,
I see.
The suit.
Yeah.
No, don't you think so?
Well, I mean that, yes, but also like the tuxedo is designed to hide all a man's flaws. That's.
What are you saying? What are you saying right now?
I'm saying there's a reason you never see me out of a tuxedo. That's all I'm saying. It hides your weird shoulders and your weird chest and your beer gutters. Is all I'm saying.
You might be right. So it turns out that Kate's, I was going to say soon to be stepfather, but that's not happening. He rocks up with a sword. I'm like, it's gonna. This dude is getting stabbed with his own sword. That's what we're going to get.
Yeah, but you know what? I had faith. I'm honest with you. I said he wasn't going to die last episode, and he didn't.
He didn't. And
he got a few licks in himself.
Not only
he's having a grand time.
Yeah, not only that, he's just a nice-ish guy, I guess.
Yep.
Sort of.
I mean, currently.
I mean, he was in that illegal auction also, I guess.
Yeah, but who doesn't love a little bit of action on the side?
That's
you know what I'm
true.
talking about? Maybe you get yourself a little watch. Maybe you get yourself a suit of armor or a retractable sword that's been used to murder hundreds of men, you know?
That's what you want.
That's right.
That's what you want. High society stuff.
It's better than on eBay.
Yeah, I agree. And I did enjoy his interaction with his nephew, where he's like, "You pissed your pants." Everybody knows it. Another thing that we did get, which I thought was, which I thoroughly enjoy every time they turn up, and this is the biggest, I guess, event of this is the trick arrows.
Yes.
So many. There's a Stark. What's the Stark one? Because there is one labeled Stark. One of the
I'd
electricity
say whatever
ones.
the most dangerous one was. Maybe that
The drone one.
maybe the drone one picks the guy up and flings him in
Yeah.
the air. I thought maybe that was.
I'm
the
sure
one
you could see it if you're if you're actually paying attention.
There's no time, and we're not paying attention.
We're not paying attention. We get a magnet one, an acid one, a flare one that shoots nails, one that freezes a guy's leg solid. He's fucked. Like, that's it. I'm sorry. You'll let that leg's coming off.
One that shrinks a van load of men small enough that an owl can pick it up and eat them. They're dead, those men.
guys-
They've been eaten.
Those men are dead.
Yeah.
What I thought
Little
was,
Christmas feast for that owl and its family.
I love how he didn't think it through at all either. He was just like, I don't know what to do after this. Like, I shot the arrow, but what's next?
That's very Clint Barton in that SNL sketch. I don't know. Fire these arrows. What more do you want of me?
Got some sleep darts one. Oh, sorry, mace, airbag, explosions, Sonic, and the Pim Particle one. But sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say all the greats.
Yeah. Collins, you don't have to put all of those in. You can just put in a picture
I
of
was going to
single
say,
arrow.
I'm pretty sure, there's the one that gets fired into the ground and all these spikes spring out of it,
Yeah.
and then the arrow spins around and shoots people with spikes. I'm pretty sure that's a war crime, if I'm honest.
You got to do that one?
I mean, you can in New York, baby.
Well, are they deadly spikes?
They looked painful.
Yeah, they didn't look like
Yeah.
they were having a good time.
Yeah,
when they were being
imagine
spiked.
one hitting you in the nuts. That's a war crime, my friend.
So, and then up in the building, we get a fight between Kate and Elena, which I thought was more evenly matched than I initially believed it was going to
well,
be. I don't think she's fully trying either. Like Black
I
Widow,
think that was probably true. Like, I think, especially last episode, it felt like a very obvious contrast between Kate Bishop, who's like a hobbyist, who's trying really hard, and Yelena, who has been doing this her entire adult life and is a deadly assassin. It really felt like a movie character versus a TV character. But I think, like now that Kate is playing for some real stakes here, what's happening with her mother and all that sort of stuff. I think she pulled out all the stops. But yes, absolutely, Yelena was just messing with her.
Yeah, so. She stepped it up though.
And you know how else they stepped it up? Their hair game. You see that hair?
You're not wrong.
My goodness.
That elaborate ponytail situation.
Yes.
Very complicated.
Mm-hmm. What I liked about this episode is that, and this happened quite early on, is that Clint was like, "I'm not going to leave you behind because you're my partner." I thought that was a nice emotional moment.
You don't think it was too quick a turnaround?
No,
I hate you.
I think they've had some time to grow, but I think also maybe he does need a new partner just in case he needs someone to chuck off a cliff on an alien planet in future. I need another. This has come up again.
Oh, no, let me do it.
Oh, you've slipped.
Oh, damn. I feel bad about this, I reckon.
And then you see later he's just going through the yellow pages, he's finding archery schools.
So there is a moment also where she takes him out of a tree. And when that happened, I'm like, just let him climb down. Like, could he not climb down? Like, he's 50. Like, that would, like, straight onto ice.
I have a little note that says, I love how Clint is the least spry member of the team. Like, Swordsman's out there. He clearly does his stretches in the morning and he's swinging about, and then Kate Bishop is just sliding around on the ice and doing flips or whatever. And he's just like, actually, I'm just going to stay in this tree for several minutes, if you don't mind.
Well, he did see that owl.
Anyway, it's a miracle he didn't die in that scene.
In all of the scenes, really. And then from there, I think my favourite moment from the episode was when he shoots the arrow and it splits into three, and the main tracksuit mafia guy's like, nice shot. He's like, yeah, no shit. So I thought that was good. It's just like, I'm an amazing archer.
Yeah. And that's a little callback, I think, maybe to the last episode where Clint was like, yeah, you can, if you're really good, you can do that.
Yeah, right. Okay. Fair. That's true. Yeah. Well, what about this though? I guess he killed Echo's father, right?
Hawkeye did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was never said otherwise.
Yeah.
So, and also I think maybe if Echo is getting a solo series later, we maybe still need
They'll deal
that.
with
we need that.
that.
We need that as a piece of dramatic tension to be
Yeah.
solved later. But again, I think maybe it's a case of, and I think there's some more stuff here that we'll talk about later. I think some of it is the case of we'll just throw this out there and maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll do the writing later. We'll do the heavy lifting later.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't know yet. So maybe he did and maybe he didn't.
Yeah, because again, you don't see him do it. You see
true.
somebody do it. But, there you go. And then, of course, we get Elena versus Clint, where she takes that Black Widow stick and just hits him in the head a lot.
Yep.
Like, he's not going to be okay, I don't think.
I think he is going to be okay.
Because it's fictional?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like, oh, my hearing's come back. Oh, thanks.
And you've knocked some sense into me.
That's right.
Yeah, and there's the moment where she's like, what happened to my sister? And I thought this was a real cop-out where he's like, look, I can't explain it, but she saved the universe probably.
Yeah.
Just like, this is a world where there's some pretty odd stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe you want to... I mean, I think that's more for like the audience knows.
I was going to say...
And if the audience doesn't know and if you have to explain it, you'd be like,
sounds really
what?
stupid, yeah.
But then again, it happened in like...
We were in a race to kill ourselves because the one who doesn't kill themselves would be gifted a magical yellow gemstone.
From a Nazi ghost.
There was a Nazi there. Yeah, he was... Yeah.
He didn't have any legs, we don't reckon.
No, he's just floating about.
Yeah.
And he was like, you want to stop Thanos? And I was like, Thanos? Is this... we talking about the same guy?
Yeah.
Because if I get a magic stone to stop Thanos and it's a... All right, Black Widow's already jumped off the cliff. Never mind.
I guess this will do. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that was a bit of a cop out.
But I agree with you. I think 100%.
I mean, who hasn't seen Endgame at this point,
That's
though,
true.
really?
No, nobody. But yeah, you're right. But I think even in that moment, I think when you're trying to have a tender moment, if he had said all the stuff we just said, it would have sounded kind of stupid. So
Yeah.
I think like from a dramatic tension, like a sentimental perspective, I think that's really the only way you could have gone.
Bit of retconning there as well when he was like, I know your secret whistle and I know everything about you, I reckon.
Yeah.
Your sister told me everything.
And I mean, maybe I could have tortured all of that out of her, including the secret whistle. But you got to trust me. No, told me because we were friends.
That's right. And then we get a bit of a kingpin fight where he tears the door off a car.
Yeah.
Then he takes an arrow to the chest and then a different kind of arrow. And then he gets hit by a car.
Were his suits bulletproof in the Daredevil
I
TV
think
series?
they were,
I think
actually.
they were.
Yeah. But that goes in, though. That arrow goes into him.
Yeah, maybe the shirt's also bulletproof. I don't know.
Yeah, but like it's in him.
It's bulletproof and it's sticky.
And it like he breaks it off. So the arrowhead
true.
is still in his sternum.
Yeah.
I think the idea is because he's like...
Maybe he had a little Bible in there.
Yeah, because he's all muscle.
I mean, a regular sized Bible,
Yeah.
but he's quite large.
But he's muscle in the comics, isn't he?
Yes.
So you can't... He's borderline bulletproof, which we will talk about
Yeah.
for using comic book logic. But yeah, being hit by a car and then like the only thing that takes him out is like the very dangerous arrow.
Yes,
Whatever, I guess, which is just an explosion.
That was
I
probably
guess.
the Stark arrow, honestly.
I guess it was. But I think also...
But he was undone with one of his own signature cufflinks.
That's true,
Remember the
he
series?
was,
He had his own little, he had like an assortment.
And-
His only concession to like personal style was he had like like individuality. He's had these little cufflinks.
And she does the thing. You love a
she does the
callback,
thing.
the flick.
Yeah.
I think they've powered him up, though, for this.
Yeah.
Compared to the Netflix one. He felt more like a man in the Netflix one,
Yeah.
where this one is, especially if he comes back.
Well, look, I was going to say, I think yes, if they're transferring characters from Netflix shows to movies, I think they will probably, just to make them a little bit more, more of a match for their movie counterparts.
Yeah.
I think they will do that. Maybe with the exception of maybe Iron Fist and
Sure, yeah.
this week, obviously, big things, people moving from Netflix to movies.
Yeah.
But Iron Fist is he's got a new show on the Home Shopping Network.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's selling yellow belts. That's what he's doing.
So not the trading.
No.
Just the belts.
Yeah.
Terrific. So Echo kills her mate and then kills Kingpin.
I was going to say, Maya Echo. She
I
gets,
said Maya, didn't I?
that is her name.
You
Maya?
said Maya.
Oh, okay, right.
And
right,
I said,
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I was going to say, Maya, of course, she's conflicted.
Yep.
She goes back to her apartment. She's got one framed photo of her boyfriend and another framed photo of just a sexy new life.
Ooh.
And then she gets a sexy new haircut and she's a strong, independent woman and she beats him up.
Yeah, she beats him up
gives
pretty
him
badly.
a big stab.
Yeah, gives him a big stab.
Yeah.
So this actually happened in the comic books where she shot Kingpin directly in the face.
Yeah.
Here are the panels. Collings will put them in.
Whoa.
And then he disappears to Europe, and then he gets an eye or eyes transplant, and he comes back.
Yeah.
So he's not dead, right?
No, I mean, it would be amazing if they brought him back for one and then did him in. I think that would be a very bold move. But I don't think they would want to be like, we have an iconic character who is the kingpin of crime in New York City, the place where all the stuff happens in this world, and we're just going to get rid of him. But again, I think this might be one of those things that is up in the air. Like the specifics of what happens to him might depend on what they need him to do in the next one. So like maybe
in the Echo series.
Yeah, like maybe she does shoot him in the head. Maybe she shoots around him and is like,
That's
get out of the city.
That's true. We didn't see it, did we?
No. Or maybe she shoots at his feet. Maybe somebody shoots her.
Yep.
And then the opening of her series is her recovering or escaping or something like that.
I think we see her actually pull the trigger, but they'll definitely ride around it. I'm not a serious person. In fact, many people say that I'm a stupid person with a brain as dense as a dying star. And that may be true, but what I will tell you is that I know what I'm talking about when I say you need to take internet security very seriously. That's where NordVPN comes in. All of your data stays safe behind a wall of next generation encryption. They have a strict no logs policy so they don't track, collect, or share your private data. Because frankly, it's none of their business. They also have VPN servers everywhere. You can choose from over 4,500 servers in 59 countries. You can then enjoy internet with no limit or borders, which means worldwide access, as in instant, secure access to hundreds of streaming websites worldwide. Plus, under NordVPN, you can do this across 6 devices. I can't stress enough how important it is to take internet safety seriously. So take control of your internet experience today with NordVPN. And right now, you can get a 2-year plan at a huge discount, plus an additional 1 month for free when you go to nordvpn.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. That's nordvpn.com/Mr. Sunday Movies, or click the link in the description below. I also maintain that Kate Bishop's mother, Mrs. Bishop, is Madame Mask.
Okay.
They didn't reveal it.
That's correct,
But I think it's going to happen.
Well, again, once again, all we have to do is get a fan hashtag situation going. We got to get the fans frothing at the mouth for a character to become Madame Mask.
Yep.
And then they have to do it.
They have to do it.
So otherwise they get thrown in jail.
I also thought that it was going to be more of a narrow margin coming home for Christmas.
Yeah,
They just kind of rock up and they're like, we're ready for Christmas now, I reckon. And I brought Kate Bishop because I am partially responsible for some of her family being dead and others in jail.
Yeah, maybe I don't know how many people I killed. I'll be honest. Maybe I've killed most of her family.
Yeah. How many of these arrows are dangerous? I think most of them. Like deadly dangerous.
I think I did leave a bunch of arrowheads just floating around in the city, so maybe I'm going to have to bring some more orphans home next year for Christmas.
Might just have to.
Find out. Good showing by the Ren Fair LARPers.
Oh, yeah.
They were there.
Yeah, they certainly were there.
Certainly there. I was going to say, I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't also bring Elena home for Christmas. Like, I think.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I mean, she did run, but you could just say if she didn't.
Yeah, so. That's true. But then they got to have more people on set.
And also maybe Hawkeye's wife was like, you can bring one extra person. We only have one more place setting. So one of the new people who's significant in your life's got to go.
So I was also surprised to see the farm. I wasn't sure what the state of it was, whether he'd moved and whatever. But they're still living on that Age of Ultron farm, it turns out. And
go on.
The watch.
Yeah.
The reveal. Not only is she a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, it turns out that she's agent. I had the number 19 on it, and agent 19 is Mockingbird. So there's a couple of possibilities here. First of all, apparently Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon. Right, or it's in a different dimension.
Yeah, the last season I think was moved into a parallel timeline or something. So
that's cool. I think
it's cool too.
But also, but
Bobby Morse was around before that happened.
Yes,
so.
But there could be two. It could be that they just using numbers again. If there's a hashtag Twittered campaign,
that's true.
There could be a Mockingbird team up.
Yeah.
Movie and then series and then another movie to cap it all off. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think is more valuable on say eBay? a Rolex Datejust with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on the back.
Sure.
Or one of those Rolexes that you got if you're a Domino's manager and you made a bunch of sales and they gave you it's a little Rolex and it's got the Domino's logo.
Oh, the Domino's one.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
What would you think?
And those ones smell of pizza also.
Yeah, that's what you want. Just a
want.
wrist that smells of pizza even when you take it off.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I know you weren't a fan of the musical number. You were like, it was a bit cringe.
Oh my god! Well, I'm glad I didn't wait for a post-credit sequence.
So, what did you think of that? Seeing it in its full glory. I mean, it's supposed to be like, the way it is. I think as a musical number goes, it's jaunty and
but I would
people are moving about.
Would you say? I mean, you're more of an aficionado of musicals than me.
Sure.
Felt a little bare bones.
Like the costuming as well. And no, I don't disagree with that. But often they'll do that in stage. It's more about like, you gotta feel it's more about the vibe than getting. I mean, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark tried something a little bit more elaborate, and
that's true.
A bunch of people broke their femurs or whatever
that's
happened.
True. Maybe the Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark musical is canon in this world, and they're like, we're not risking this again.
You might be right. Anyways, I'm curious to know what people think of the show. I think overall it was pretty good. Like, not groundbreaking, but it was fun. I had a fun time.
Let me ask you this, James.
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been better either released all in one go or as a movie, like slightly cut down?
I think maybe you could cut this into a movie. Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of feel like I think it would have had more momentum.
Cut that time you spent in that tree, I reckon.
So one less episode is what you're saying. I think maybe in this instance, and thus far I have been a fan of one episode a week, but I think maybe this one could have benefited from all released at once.
I wouldn't mind actually.
Would have kept its momentum, I think.
If they tried some more direct to streaming movies as opposed to they don't necessarily have to be 6 or 8 or 10 or whatever what they're doing. But anyways, thank you for watching this. We're going to be coming back, I guess, for whatever the next series is. There's no hard dates on anything in 2022. But there is Moon Knight.
Not even the date. Not even that. Maybe they're just going to be like, we're going to do 2021 again. See how that goes.
There's Ms. Marvel. There's
Armor Wars, Secret Empire. Secret Wars?
Secret Wars, Secret Empire.
Secret Invasion.
Secret Times, I think it's called.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk's coming. Other things probably. So we'll probably come back for that. Again, thank you to Collings for doing all these edits. I'm not sure what this is going to look like next time around, but we might try and simplify it even more so Collings won't die.
Nice. That's the goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And look, there's a few more videos here on this channel before the end of the year, but we're going to take a bit of a break in January. But you know what never sleeps, Mason? What never takes a break?
Me.
Yes, but also bigsandwich.co.
That's right.
That's like our private Patreon where there's still going to be podcasts going up there over the break. And there'll be some stuff here on the channel and some stuff coming up. All right, Mason, let's get out of here.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Talk Talk.
That's right. We'll see you next year for more Talk. Hawkeye,
Talked.
Yeah, nice.
We've talked enough, haven't we?
That's right.
Okay.
Look at that. Rolex Air King.
That
Domino's
sucks. I want the other watch now.
No, it's too late. You chose this one.
Boo!